What's up, everybody? And today we're going to be watching quite an interesting video. I've been sent this numerous times over the past week or so. I guess Combat Arms channel also had a look at this. Shout out to Combat Arms channel, a good friend of mine. It's an interesting video. It's going to be a strange one, and unfortunately, there is a soldier that passes away in it. It doesn't specifically show that part of the video, I don't think. It just shows the transition up to that situation. Basically, a Ukrainian soldier and a Russian soldier fight hand-to-hand combat. Listen, the reason I think this is wise to show and spread around is we have such a disconnect, especially in the West, where people don't realize how brutal war actually is. There's a massive disconnect. People just, they see it as something going on in a different place and it doesn't affect them. And that's fine. But the truth is, if war kicks off and it's on your doorstep, these are the scenes you're going to see. And for that, I think it's wise to show the footage. No sponsors today. Link down below to the OG video. Other than that, we're just going to check it out and I'm going to give you my thoughts on it and just kind of break it down as best I can. Give my analysis, as a former Royal Marines commando, and give my expertise in that side of it. But the truth is, there's going to be a lot of quite interesting footage here. So if you've not got a strong stomach, I would suggest you move on to one of my other videos. Okay, but for now, let's pull it up. Let's check it out. Let's break it down. Let's see what's going on. So, for context, it's looking like we've got one Ukrainian soldier. He's on his own at this point, and where he encounters a Russian soldier and they fight hand to hand. Which we can get subbies on here. I don't know if we're going to be able to get English subbies, but it's worth a try. So he's obviously getting shots fired everywhere. It looks like he stumbles there to the ground. Or he's trying to get into cover. Oh. I'm wounded, he shouts. Yeah, I saw a little bit of blood on his hand, so he's obviously... Wow, so I'm presuming we're watching through the eyes of the Ukrainian soldier here. I think we are. The Russian soldier comes round the corner to get him, and he pushes the gun up. And this is where the hand-to-hand starts. You came to my homeland. So he pulled a knife there. I don't know if you saw it. He pulled a knife here, and that's when it commences. It's right behind my head here. Let me move my head up. You can just see it just here below this text. He's pulled a knife out, and it's looking like it's going to get a bit more gruesome here. Oh my, they're literally scrambling on the floor. They're both scrapping with each other. Oh, it's really hard to watch, isn't it? And it's just someone on the floor scrapping with another guy, isn't it? That's all it is, but it's to the death this time. One of them is going to take the other's life. They're trying to stop each other. They're trying to get the knife out of each other's hand. Jeez. Brutal. I think he went to try and bite his hand there to try and get the knife out of his hand, I'm pretty sure. I'm tired of you. So at this point, I think it's pretty much over at this point. I think the Russian soldier won. And the Ukrainian lad is just on the floor. Let's see the exchange here. Quite a bit of blood. Oh, that's it, Mum. Goodbye. Wait, let me die in peace. You opened me up. Wow. Looks like, is there other lads with him now? Not too sure. No, it's just I think it's him. Let me pass away quietly, don't touch me. I want to die alone. Jesus. That's absolutely brutal. The video that we're watching is part of like a news thing. It's hard to kind of put into words what you see in videos like that. And I think it does really show you the difficulties of war. The truth is it was one-on-one, right? They're both firing rounds at each other at this build. But what it looks like the Russian lads in the building. It looks like the Ukrainian lads going towards the building. And they're getting rounds off. And he's hiding around the corner. And the Russian guy obviously comes out to be like, where the hell's this guy gone? Peers round a corner, to which the Ukrainian grabs hold of the gun and pushes it up. And then the scrap happens. It looks like the Ukrainian lad pulls out the knife. I might be wrong there. But then the Russian lad takes it from him unless he has his own knife. And then unfortunately, the Russian lad takes his life and leaves him... at the request of the Ukrainian lad, the respect's there for him to be like, just leave me, let me just die, is quite something else. There's almost this respect between the two fighters. The deed is done, right? It doesn't have to be more difficult than it is. The deed is done, and so it's time for the Russian lad to disappear. Apparently there's other footage around of interviews and awards given for what happened and all this other stuff. But the truth is, that's all fluff around what is a very brutal reality of what war actually is. You get a lot of people who say, who point fingers and shout stuff and say, oh, we should do this, we should do that. But the truth is, there's a lot of people in this world that don't know the realities of war. I've seen the effect of war on someone. I never went to war. I did anti-piracy and stuff like that in the Royal Marines, but obviously I never went to war. But my dad was in the Falklands War. Great interview with my dad if you want to check that out on the podcast. If you just search on my channel, Steve Gillings, you'll see it. And he got blown up in the Falklands War, like on the ship. He was a gunner on the ship and he got blown up on HMS Glamorgan. And like his story is brutal. And even when you're being told a story, you don't realize the reality of it. And even when you see it like this, to some extent, you've got this disconnect. But the truth is, war is horrible. Horrible, horrible, horrible. And for the most part, it's a lot of people high up telling other people to fight for their lives. And the ultimate people who lose are us, the people, no matter what side you're on. Incredible footage. My heart goes out to that Ukrainian soldier who was just trying to defend his homeland at the end of the day. The Russian soldier is being told what to do, right? And he's fighting at the moment of contact, at the moment of when these two soldiers are hand to hand fighting. Doesn't matter, Ukraine, Russia. None of that matters. It's a case of survival. And they're just fighting for survival. And all the other labels and stories we tell each other, they go out the window. And that's why you see that sign of respect at the end where the deed is done and it's time to move on. Let him go in peace. Brutal footage. Absolutely brutal. We've been watching quite a bit of military footage now the past couple of days over Ukraine, and a lot of people seem to want me to watch more of it. Obviously, videos like this, they don't get monetized. And obviously, on videos like this, I'm not going to shout out sponsors. For obvious reasons, a Ukrainian soldier lost their life. The last thing I want to do is be trying to monetize this. But that is also why I'm uploading 2 videos a day. So the second video, what I'll be doing is watching some of the hardcore footage like this to really break down and give you some of my expertise as a Royal Marine, but also expose what's going on, right? And then the other video that I'll be releasing within the day would be something a bit more lighthearted, something that isn't as stressful to watch for people who don't want to see this footage. Other than that, take care of yourself, guys. I love you all. Have a wonderful day. Goodbye.